So we've been doing this since the fall of 1978, which was 25 years ago, and the first time the cast got together.
November 7th.
November 7th,
Wow.
1978, the Holiday Inn, to read the first episode, One Armed Bandit.
In Atlanta.
Yeah.
No, in Conyers, Georgia.
Conyers, Georgia.
Right.
The old exit 41, in fact, the Holiday Inn.
Off the I-95.
No, off of I-20.
Don't fight.
Say, boy, I'm the historian. But anyhow, and I'm sitting there thinking, we're reading this, and I'm just looking around, and there's, I'm thinking, that's pretty good. Jimmy Best and Sorrel Book and Denver Pyle, who are the, all great
Classic actors.
classic experience, bring all that experience.
Sonny Schroyer.
You got, well, me and Sonny, who were, they found us in the swamp down there, and then
Same swamp.
sort of like
Crawled out
Rick,
from under the same rock.
we was raised by wolves. And
Was I there?
you came in the next week to do repo.
Searle and Denver and I arrived about the same time.
We got John Schneider. We got Kathy Bach. We got Sorrel Book. We got Denver Bach. I said, holy mackerel. I said, how this going to be? Sonny Schroyer.
I got the Germans here today.
When I first auditioned, I was doing Hooper with Burt Reynolds, and they called me over and said, do you want to do a series? Would you like to go over and see about a series called Dukes of Hazzard? I said, I don't want to do a gang thing. And they said, no, this is a good old boy thing. And I produced a picture for Burt, which Sonny is in it, by the way, down in Georgia, Conyers, Georgia. They said, we're going to shoot the whole thing down in Conyers, Georgia. I said, are you kidding? I said, if they'll shoot it down there, I would do Gene Autry and who doo-dooed in the saddlebag. I don't care.
It was also, a lot of people forget, it was a 9 o'clock show. So it was a little rougher around the edges, a little risque.
Especially
Then,
what they said about you two.
Wait a minute.
You're the oldest what in Hazzard County?
Oldest virgin in Hazzard County.
Oh, okay.
I remember
I don't know what that means.
Rod Amato says, Enos, I want you to look at Daisy's legs right here. Her legs are right here. And I said, Rod, I need Daisy's legs right here. I don't need your...
So me being
Your
the
hand
accommodating actress that I am,
Yeah, you came in and showed your leg, and
for 12 hours,
I look like an idiot studying Pipple or something.
Was that a character part?
Yeah, well, I was in character. Anyway, he was right. He is right. I mean, I thought I would be inspired by your legs, your $3 million legs, and I was inspired by it. But I was a poor actor. I kept looking at one little spot. I should have, took it all in.
Wow.
to me,
Sonny, for 25 years I've wondered about you, and I still don't quite, I just don't get it.
Since we're all together, I'd like to ask this cast one thing. 7 years, all of you had girlfriends and boyfriends and everything. Before Roscoe, I was stuck with a hog and a dog.
Right.
There was an episode called Mrs. Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Yeah, but she was a crook. Well, yeah, so are you.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, no,
John.
I'm
Heart of Gold.
Yeah, I was a 12-year-old who liked Hot Pursuit.
Okay,
I
all
finally got to see the front end of the General Lee. Sitting right down
Got
there.
that bar in the front. You didn't know that, did you?
No, I did not know that.
I like the rubber doll.
what?
What?
What did he say?
Oh, I know, the blow-up Daisy Duke doll.
Yeah, I like that.
The,
Is there a blow-up Daisy Duke
you
doll?
remember in the jail?
It was
I was
in
in
the jail,
jail, and then we put the fake Daisy in there.
She put the rubber doll in there, and I thought it was her until I picked her up. And it was, it was nice that I could control Daisy for a little while.
Until she deflated.
Yeah.
And Sonny still has that doll to this day.
Well, Kathy, remember that beautiful profile that I had taken of myself and put in the hat of the makeup man?
No, I was so freaked out working with everybody in the beginning, and Jimmy knew just how to get me. I think it was my first
Are you going to tell
scene.
us? Okay.
Why? You know about this?
I know
Of
about
course,
it.
'cause you guys
No, I'm not going to tell it, but I'm surprised that you're going to tell
Jimmy,
it.
well, you
Because-
I'm not surprised that you would bring it up, pardon the pun.
Well, I was the one that brought it up.
Were you really naked?
He was so naked.
Tom had his gun belt on. Didn't you have your gun belt in
He
your
had
hat?
his gun belt and his hat on.
Let me tell you.
Oh, and his cowboy boots. Does that count?
Now they can bleep this out. The makeup man used to hold the hat like this and make up your eyes. Well, of course, we're jerking our head around talking to people and everything. Would you hold still? Would you hold still? Finally put a Playboy magazine centerfold in the center of the hat. Well, that got my attention. And I thought, well, but poor Kathy, what about poor Kathy? She had nothing to look at.
Yes.
So I went home, took a Polaroid shot of myself with my hat, my cowboy boots on, and they put it in the hat. Now, you fade out. The next morning, I forgot all about it. We're out there. I hear Kathy scream. I'm not aware it was a good scream or a bad scream. Was it a good scream?
It was. I about fainted. It was so funny. And I'm not going to explain that anymore. I dare say.
Sorrel Book had a career as, Yale School of Drama,
Yeah.
brilliant actor, Shakespeare, Broadway.
Right.
career.
We fixed that.
But he had more fun doing Boss Hogg
Oh,
I know.
and brought more joy. But, with Sorrel,
made more money.
when he would go out and do personal appearances,
he was Boss Hogg.
yeah, I mean, he didn't go as Sorrel Book, he went as Boss Hogg, and he put the costume on at 9 o'clock in the morning and maybe see thousands of people and never get the slightest, not only not get out of character, but be working improvisationally the whole time in character. And he went out just about every weekend. The guy worked 7 days a week.
Well, I remember one of the first times I ever rehearsed with Boss, like you were saying, before the scene. It was when Andrew Johnson was on the show playing the bad guy, the guy from Dirty Harry. So I sat down in the chair and they started running their lines in Japanese. Because Boss was a brilliant man. He spoke 6 languages.
I remember that.
Yes, brilliant man. And Andy had also Japanese, so they started running the scene in Japanese. And whenever my part came, they'd just stop and look at me. I'd throw the line in English.
Denver Powell was a sort of he was like an anchor. I mean, that guy was so solid and so consistent, so experienced. And he was, he was order. Boss Hogg and Brosco were the law, which in Hazzard County was, what it was. But Denver Powell, as Uncle Jesse, was order. He was tradition.
Yep.
And,
He was family.
And he taught, I think, not just the Dukes and the rest of us around there, but generations of kids how to behave. Right from wrong, good from bad, a real moral authority.
It was a great way to be able to help raise your kids. And yeah, there was the driving and all that sort of things. But I've had so many people now over the years come back and say that they were so thankful to have a safe place to go on Friday night that actually helped them with their kids on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Things that I've been involved in since, it never ceases to amaze me how people just don't know how to deal with cars and cameras, Paul. You spoiled us. I mean, when I look at the show or I do something else and I think, gone are the days of the beautiful fallen oak tree and the water with the ducks on it and the general. I mean, it's just so beautiful. Remember those great shots? We'd have the trees down and there'd be, number one, where the ducks were on the lake, and then all of a sudden the General Lee comes flying over and the ducks are just getting out of the way. And
There was one essential element to the Duke